Now this is actually a very interesting topic because as an Asian myself, I can confidently say that Asian parents are notorious for being strict. But which country among these three has the strictest parents? Well, we're about to find out. It's like they were all put under the same instruction manual. Spare the rod and spoil the child. This is a phrase that Chinese parents strongly believe in. For example, many Chinese parents would choose to have only one child so they could give all of their time, money, and love to that child. Well, to answer your question, Korean parents take things to another level. One thing I hate about Korean parents is that they are experts at shaming their kids. And I mean, what did your kid do? They've sacrificed so much for me, and I will never forget that. But let's move on to no, too. Did he get an 85% on his test instead of 100? Shame him? They don't show affection. They don't listen to their kids. They don't even talk to them. Most Japanese parents are so strict that they treat their kids like robots. The reason why Japanese parents are so strict is because of their culture. North Korean parents are so strict that they would do anything to protect their precious state. You see, North Korea is a totalitarian dictatorship. Their government controls every aspect of people's lives, including their thoughts. They control what their kids eat, what they wear, where they go, who they talk to, and even what they think. And if you're a foreigner living in North Korea, then you are a target. North Korean parents will teach their kids to hate you and your family. They will tell their kids that foreigners are evil and that they should be avoided at all costs. And if their kids befriend a foreigner, then they will disown them. If you say something bad about the government, then you'll be sent to a labor camp. And if your parents are caught disobeying the government, then they will be sent to a labor camp as well. But China and Korea have adopted more Western parenting styles nowadays. They teach them to worship the leader and despise the West. They raise their kids to be loyal, obedient soldiers who are willing to sacrifice anything for the state. Many people think that North Korean parents are crazy, and they are. They would do anything to protect their state. And if that means sacrificing their own kids, then so be it. Korea, for example, is slowly becoming more individualistic. In the past, Korean parents were even more strict than Japanese parents, but that's not the case anymore. They're starting to prioritize their kids' happiness over their own expectations. What do I mean by pure? Well, North Korean parents are super conservative. They do and want their kids hanging around boys or girls because they might influence them in the wrong way. They also monitor their kids' internet usage closely because they do and want them to see anything inappropriate. Basically, if you're a North Korean parent, your kid's life revolves around work, propaganda, and obedience. China is also doing the same thing. Chinese parents born in the 90s are less strict than their predecessors. They allow their kids to play video games and hang out with friends. They also encourage their kids to pursue their dreams and follow their passions. Japan, however, is still stuck in the past. Japanese parents today are just as strict as they were 50 years ago. They refuse to change their parenting styles no matter what. And that's why Japan is coming in second place. Japanese culture is all about hard work, dedication, and perseverance. From the moment you're born, you're expected to conform to society's rules and expectations. You can't do anything that could potentially bring shame to your family. And if you do, then you deserve punishment. They wake up early in the morning, eat breakfast, go to school, come home, do homework, eat dinner, clean the house, and go to bed. Every day is the same thing over and over again. There's no room for fun or creativity. And if you try to break the routine, your parents will punish you. Did she forget to clean the table after dinner? Shame her. Did he eat too much rice? You guessed it. Shame him. Whenever they are mad at their kid, they will ignore them until they apologize. And sometimes that apology won't even be enough. You could apologize to them 100 times, but they will still be mad at you. It's like you can never win with these people. Discipline is important, I'm not gonna lie. But Japanese parents take things too far. After a while, you start to think that you're not worthy of their love. You know, you start to feel empty inside because nobody cares about you. Nobody listens to you, and you become less and less motivated to do anything. Korean parents will shame their kids for everything and anything, and it doesn't stop there. They will also shame their kids in front of other people so everyone knows how shameful they are. The worst part about it all is that they justify it by saying things like, I am doing this for your own good, or it's all for your benefit. Oh, yeah, real mature. That's why you often see Chinese families with only one kid. Of course, this doesn't apply to everyone, but it's a pretty common occurrence. But this extreme parenting style isn't just exclusive to China. Korean parents are also known for being super strict. They believe that if they do not punish their kids enough, then they will grow up disobedient and unruly. Now, of course, I'm not saying that Chinese parents are always right, but most of them do try their best to instill discipline into their children at all costs. Now you might be thinking, wait, what does collectivism have to do with parenting? Well, more than you think. You see, Korean parents want their kids to put the needs of the group before their own individual needs. And if they see their kid acting selfish, they will shame them. Imagine you and your friends are hanging out after school and you tell them you want to go get some ice cream. But before you know it, your mom shows up out of nowhere and says, "Oh, wow, look at you having fun." You know, your grandpa was just talking about how lazy all these young people are. I guess you got that from your father. He never helped out around the house when he was your age. As you can see, Korean parents will do anything to make their kids feel guilty. But hey, at least they're trying to teach them some life lessons, right? Right. So be sure to stay until the end of the video so you don't miss out on any juicy details. Also, please give this video a like if you think it's interesting. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with No. 3, we have China. Chinese parents are strict. It's just a known fact. Many Westerners might not understand why Chinese parents use such harsh methods on their kids. And to be honest, I don't either. Like, what kind of messed up logic is this? But this all goes back to Chinese history. The Chinese society used to be very competitive, like extremely competitive. If you were born a peasant, it was almost impossible to climb up the social hierarchy unless you were incredibly talented or had some sort of special skill. The only way for your family to escape poverty was for you to study hard, get into a good school, and get a well-paying job. In order to make that possible, your parents would have to start training you from the moment you could walk. So basically, if you weren't disciplined and hardworking, then your family would continue to live in poverty for generations. That's why Chinese parents are so strict. They've been conditioned throughout their entire lives to push their kids to the limit. Now, I don't agree with this, but that's just how it is. Chinese parents are also super protective of their kids. Like they will literally sacrifice anything to keep their kids safe. And now you might be thinking, wait, if Chinese parents are strict, then how can Korean parents be stricter? In addition to that, Korean parents are also obsessed with collectivism. But even though Korean parents are strict, I still love them. And coming in second, we have Japan. Japanese parents are infamous for being emotionless. Japanese parents are also experts at using the silent treatment. Now, this doesn't apply to all Japanese parents, but it is a common occurrence. Now, you might be thinking, hold up, what about China and Korea? Don't they have the same beliefs? Well, yes, they do. That's why North Korean parents brainwash their kids from the moment they're born. One thing I've noticed about North Korean parents is that they are super controlling. Now, this isn't just exclusive to foreigners. North Korean parents are also super protective of their own kids, like they would do anything to keep them pure. So, do you agree with the results? Let me know in the comments below.